Lewis Hamilton will drive a Ferrari Formula One car for the first time on January 21st and 22nd, 2025. This is a moment that fans of both Hamilton and Ferrari have been waiting for ever since the announcement that the seven-time world champion would be leaving Mercedes to join the legendary Italian team. The test will take place at Ferrari's private racetrack, Fiorano, located in Maranello. This track holds a special place in Ferrari's history and is often used for shakedown tests, promotional filming, and bedding in new drivers. For Lewis Hamilton, these 2 days will be his very first experience of working with Ferrari in a Formula One environment, and he will get to sample the team's 2023 car, the SF-23. Due to Formula One's testing regulations, teams are not allowed to run their current cars outside of official test sessions. This means Hamilton can't drive the 2025 car just yet. However, teams are allowed to use cars that are at least 2 years old for private testing, which is why Ferrari has chosen the SF-23 for this occasion. It's a car that was built under the current generation of ground effect regulations, and, while it may not be as fast or as advanced as the 2025 car, it will give Hamilton a good idea of how a modern Ferrari handles, how the team operates, and what to expect when he starts racing for them officially. Hamilton's test will be about much more than just driving the car. It's also a chance for him to get to know his new engineers, mechanics, and team members. These early days are important for building relationships and understanding how the team works. Communication between a driver and their engineers is crucial in Formula One, and spending time together during a test like this helps build trust and understanding. This is also part of Ferrari's process of integrating Hamilton into their setup before the season begins. The SF-23, which Hamilton will be driving, was Ferrari's 2023 Formula One car. It competed in a season where Red Bull was dominant, but the Ferrari showed flashes of strong performance, especially in qualifying sessions. Charles Leclerc even managed to take some pole positions with the car. While it didn't win as many races as Ferrari had hoped, it still represents a modern and relevant machine that Hamilton can use to get a feel for the team's approach. It's not just about lap times during these 2 days. It's about comfort, understanding, and preparation. Of course, there are always uncertainties in motorsport, and this test is no exception. The dates of January 21st and 22nd have been confirmed, but there are 2 external factors that could cause a change. The first is the weather. January in northern Italy can be cold and unpredictable. Rain, snow, or low temperatures could make it unsafe or impractical to run the car. Formula One cars are extremely sensitive to track conditions, and if the temperature is too low, the tires won't work properly. In such cases, Ferrari would have to delay the test or move it to another location. Ferrari has contingency plans in place just in case the weather doesn't cooperate. There are 2 other racetracks near Maranello that the team could use if Fiorano is not available. One of them is the Imola circuit, which is only a short drive away and has been used by Ferrari in the past for testing. It's a full Grand Prix track, so it would offer Hamilton a more intense experience, though it wouldn't have the same privacy as Fiorano. The other alternative location hasn't been specified. But Ferrari is known to be flexible when it comes to logistics, and they would want Hamilton to have the smoothest possible introduction to their cars and personnel. Adding to the tight schedule is the fact that this test comes just after a major Formula One event in London. On January 20th, the day before Hamilton's Ferrari debut, Formula One is hosting a launch event at the O2 Arena. This is expected to be a large-scale production, showcasing teams and liveries, though it's not expected to include any real cars or on-track action. Hamilton will need to attend this event in London and then travel overnight to Italy to prepare for his first day in red. It's a quick turnaround, and it shows just how busy and intense this time of year is for both the drivers and the teams. For Hamilton, the opportunity to drive the SF-23 is also a symbolic one. It marks the beginning of a new chapter in his incredible career. After years of driving for Mercedes and achieving tremendous success, including multiple championships, he is now stepping into the unknown. Ferrari is a team with a legendary history, but also with its own unique pressures and expectations. The fans are passionate, the media is intense, and the team operates in a very different way from others, on the grid. This test gives Hamilton the chance to begin adjusting to that new world. The team is also taking this transition very seriously. Ferrari knows that bringing in a driver of Hamilton's caliber is not just about speed on the track. It's about leadership, experience, and raising the level of the entire team. That's why they're giving him this early opportunity to drive, to interact with his new engineers, and to get comfortable before the real competition begins. They're also carefully managing the schedule so that everything fits together in a logical and productive way. The 2025 Ferrari, which Hamilton will eventually drive after February 19th, is said to be a completely new design. Team principal Fred Vasseur has stated that the car is 99% different from its predecessor. This means almost everything about the car will be new, from the aerodynamics to the chassis to the internal components. Only the steering wheel and the tires will remain mostly unchanged. This shows how aggressive Ferrari has been in their development, likely hoping to give Hamilton and Leclerc the best possible chance to fight for victories. Before Hamilton gets behind the wheel of the 2025 car, this January test in the SF-23 is a vital step. Even though it's not the latest car, it will still help him learn how Ferrari's ground effect cars behave. These regulations, which were introduced in 2022, have brought major changes to how cars generate downforce and how they feel to drive. Hamilton already has experience with Mercedes under these rules, but every team interprets the regulations differently. The Ferrari SF-23 will have its own unique characteristics, and understanding them early will help Hamilton hit the ground running when pre-season testing begins. It's also interesting to note the strategic importance of Fiorano in Ferrari's operations. The track is just a stone's throw from their main factory, which means everything the team needs is nearby. Engineers, tools, data systems, and even spare parts can be moved between the garage and the factory quickly. This makes Fiorano the ideal location for early tests and driver integration. Hamilton will benefit from having immediate access to Ferrari's top minds and resources throughout the 2 days. Fans will be eager to see photos and videos from this test, even if it's a private session. Ferrari usually releases some images and footage after these kinds of events, especially when a big name like Hamilton is involved. It's likely that we'll see him in the iconic red overalls for the first time, perhaps even giving his initial thoughts on how the car felt and how the team operates. These images will be shared around the world and will mark a key moment in what is shaping up to be one of the most talked about seasons in recent memory. The Ferrari garage will also be filled with anticipation. For the mechanics and engineers who have worked with Leclerc and Sainz in recent years, welcoming a driver like Hamilton is both exciting and challenging. He brings a wealth of knowledge and experience, but also high expectations. Everyone will want to make a strong impression, and the atmosphere at Fiorano will likely be one of focus and determination. This is not just a ceremonial drive. It's the first step in building a championship-contending partnership. Looking ahead, the team's full focus will be on preparing for the 2025 season. The shakedown of the new SF-25 will happen shortly, after Hamilton's January test, and that car will be the real weapon Ferrari hopes to use in their fight against Red Bull, Mercedes, McLaren, and others.